Outback's a celebration restaurant. Dude, it's a birthday graduation type restaurant. You're just going there on a regular. Yeah. Fired up, baby. Episode 151.
That's right.
Yeah, we unbelievable episode today.
Yeah.
JD, baby. Does anyone call him that? Probably not. Jordan Davis is here, sitting silently while we do this intro. Nice of him, though. This is the most famous person we ever had that sat there.
That's Zach Wiley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice of him to do that.
Quite courteous.
His publicist was like, he's too famous for this.
And we were like...
And then, he goes, I'll be honored to do it.
Yeah.
He said he wanted to sit there silently while he said 15 minutes, 20 minutes, as long as you want to go.
What a great precedent to set for our future guests. You know?
Let's see. Where do we just got back from? Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
We just got back from Salt Lake City. I worked at me and the Mormons. We worked out our differences.
Oh, good.
I talked to them.
Because it was getting rough there.
Yeah, I had 2 shows in Salt Lake City. I got to the bottom of it. We talked. I'm still taking me time to process.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't. I maybe next week.
Fair enough.
I'm just joking because we're recording this early, and I haven't. But I'm going.
Imagine.
I'm wearing the same outfit.
Imagine you go and it goes terribly.
I'm gonna have. We're gonna figure it out. But I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to the Mormons.
Okay.
And then when this episode airs, I will have talked to them.
Are you gonna offer like peace offering, like olive branch?
Well, no, dude. I said no. We're gonna come to an agreement.
Okay, good.
We're gonna come to an agreement, and I might have to. Settle on some of my things, and they might settle, but we'll meet in the middle.
Diplomatic.
Very diplomatic. Our meeting was, yeah, big Mormon. I met with him. Yeah.
BM.
No, did somebody say we were allowed to go in there
Where?
to the temple?
Are we?
I think we're allowed to go on the outside, but we can't go on the inside. I'm not sure. Just got back from Salt Lake City. This weekend we're going to Omaha, Wichita, and Tulsa. Rounding out the month of April in Sacramento, Fresno, San Diego, Fort Myers, Tampa, 2 shows, Pensacola, 2 shows, I believe. And then rounding out the tour in the month of May, Sarasota, Charlotte, Richmond, Oklahoma City, Shreveport, and Hattiesburg, Mississippi. This week's episode brought to you by our friends over there at Rocket Money, a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. And we've been on this topic, especially last week on the pod.
Yes.
When I was wearing the same outfit.
Yes.
A long time ago.
Yes.
And what's most important is I've heard all your feedback. And I stand by it. No, that could go bad for
I'd
me.
like to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Nobody. No, we have. It's funny looking back to do it like this. Rocket Money's been a partner of ours for a long time. We have it. Lydia has it on her phone also, and she says it. One of the best parts about it is it gives her notifications about when you're spending more in a certain category.
Oh, nice.
Basically, like, hey, you spent more on groceries this month than you typically do.
Check yourself.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's kind of because I have a business manager, and I go, well, send me statistics that I can make decisions on.
Nice.
Because you're like, I don't need to know but if the bus, putting this in business terms, if the bus is costing double what it cost last year, that helps us. Yeah. Maybe we should fly. Maybe we should take a van, whatever it is. Yep. That's this for personal finance. Is that a good way to say that?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. They can just get it. Hey, you're going to the movies triple the amount they used to. We're like, well, that'd be helpful. Even if you still want to do it. It's good information. It also can find the subscriptions and cancel the ones that you don't want anymore.
Yeah.
Is that a right way to say that?
Yeah.
Rocket Money, ladies and gentlemen, has over 5 million users and saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions. That's unbelievable. Save members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/netpositive today. That's rocketmoney.com/netpositive. rocketmoney.com/netpositive, or the link in the episode description below. And Jordan, dude, thank you for being quiet. I feel like he's itching over there.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that he was like, we got to make this pod work. We've been trying to get him in for forever.
Yeah, let's take a quick sec. We can change, and then we'll jump
Yeah, let me
into
just go freshen up.
Yeah.
And then Jordan, we'll be right back. But listeners, enjoy this episode with Jordan Davis. Oh, listen, let me read your bio. Don't say anything yet. Let me read your bio. Shreveport, Is it Shreveport or a Louisiana native?
Shreveport.
Straight from the dirty Shreve, baby. Not Bossier City.
No.
Nah, 8 number ones. Is that correct?
That's correct.
8 number ones. That's including where I came aboard the train, slow dance in a parking lot. Now buy dirt. Next thing you know, ACM nominated, CMA award winner, wife pregnant with 4th child, and it's his real name, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan Davis is here, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
We did a thing last week about we reviewed country artists and if it's their real name.
Do you know that it almost wasn't my real name?
Oh, here we go. This is what we need. Go
it
ahead.
almost wasn't.
How?
He switched?
So there was a time, I guess, what was it, 2017? A guy named Jordan Davis got shot. I'm really starting off hot here, dude.
This is great.
He got killed in Florida. Huge media storm about that. And then it happened again with the defensive lineman for the Eagles. His name was Jordan Davis.
I saw that because you met him.
Yeah. So I almost went with Wheeler Davis, my middle name.
Oh, yeah, you do got a good middle. That's a good country middle name.
Yeah.
But you can't be, I thought you had to do that. I don't know. You should tell us. When do you choose?
So that was before, like, I just signed. That was like one of the first conversations.
So when you sign is when you choose.
Yeah.
Right?
And I say that, yeah. But like at the time too, when I signed, my brother had a record deal.
Yep.
So it was Jacob and Jordan, and it was kind of like, hey, how do we differentiate? Like, I say Wheeler Davis. No, it was Jordan Wheeler. That's what they were going to. I was going to change the last name.
Yeah, Jordan
Change the
Wheeler.
last
Yeah,
name.
but there's already a Wheeler.
Yeah, Wheeler Walker.
yeah.
There's plenty of
there?
Wheelers.
Dude,
Plenty
you got
of
the
Walkers.
I mean, he's
There's
not.
a lot.
Yeah, I just want to know the conversation at the label. They were like, "All right, dude, is our Jordan Davis gonna be more famous than this Jordan Davis?"
Yeah.
And they're like, "We'll see."
Well, like, it was at the time where it's like when you Google it, it
was
was
him,
always him that popped up. So
Yeah.
it was like, how do we get in front of other?
Change his
Said-
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's you now.
Yeah.
Now it's me.
Now you're number one.
You got it.
Yeah.
You're the
Yeah,
number
John
one
Crist.
Jordan Davis on earth.
John Crist coming up was a like decathlon, like Olympic runner for the longest time.
Was it really?
I mean, before I was big, I overtook him in the Wikipedia.
Absolutely.
Let's go, dude. Yeah, because if you're playing at a local bars and open mics in your hometown, you don't have a fake name. They're like, that's not how this works. You have to show your ID to get on stage. You don't get to have a stage name.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It would be very weird to be like, no, man, that's
You
that's
know,
John Crist. That's not that.
Yeah.
Said
Jordan?
whoever that guy is.
His name's not Wheeler, dude.
Yeah.
I know. I went to high school with him.
You know, I said that I told my dad that. I was like, hey, you know, they want me to change. That's what actually gave me the like, no, I'm sticking with Jordan Davis. Because I was like, I told my dad, I was like, man, I think I might have to change my name. It's like some weird stuff. And I'm telling my dad this, a guy from Batesville, Mississippi, that's like, why are you changing your name?
Yeah.
I was like, well, Dad, like when you Google it, like the algorithm like throws him in. So
His head explodes.
he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I named you Jordan Davis. Yeah. Man.
Oh,
Like, all right, I got you.
Yeah,
So
Dad,
I
okay, Dad. Yeah. I was thinking this conversation was going to go different. But yeah, I named you Jordan Davis. Okay, guess that's the end of that. Yeah, my middle name is Barack.
No, it wasn't.
You said it? No, what do you mean it is? That's for my middle name. It's a Bible name.
Google John Crist right now.
No, it's I'll show you my ID. I'll show you my ID. It's not gonna show it on there.
Oh, it is.
It is on there.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, John Barack
it is.
Crist. Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
it's a Bible name. What's that old?
Praise his name, baby.
Amen, brother. Well, and if you ask my parents, he's the Antichrist. So
They were
they're like, "Hey, they call me John Barack." They're like, "Not anymore, dude." All right, yeah. I used to, for the first probably 5 years of my comedy career, I would say my middle name's Barack. Difference is I got a birth certificate to prove it. And that was my closer. I left on that every night. For
You
the
gotta,
one line.
Yeah, I feel like in some cities that would struggle.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Well, I didn't go to those cities. Dude.
That's what I do. I just stay away from the ones that don't work.
Yeah. Hey, but you just got off tour with Luke.
In Australia,
Was that unbelievable?
dude, unreal. Have you
That
been down
guy's
there?
that guy's a pro, isn't he?
Luke's the man.
Yeah, you would learn from him.
That was he's the first country artist to do stadiums in Australia.
And we're talking about Luke Combs, not Luke Bryan, for
Yeah,
those
yeah.
listening. No disrespect to Luke Bryan, a good buddy of ours.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first country artist to do stadiums
Yeah.
in Australia.
Back-to-back nights we were doing Fridays and Saturdays. But dude, Australia's just awesome.
Gosh, what a monster.
Yeah. It's
What you guys do, tour around?
Yeah, we got to do I brought the whole family over. So I had all the kids. My wife was with me. And it was cool being over there. I think we were over there for like 30 days, 31 days.
With all your kids?
All the kids. It was a lot.
Nanny or no? You go nanny?
Yeah, nanny
2
came with us. No, just one.
One nanny.
Yeah. But, yeah, like having all the downtime. Got to do the Australian Zoo. Steve Irwin's daughter was there, which is cool.
Australian Zoo, that's just outside.
Pretty much. Dude, did not see a wild kangaroo.
Like, really?
And like going down
False
there,
advertising.
I know everybody's like, man, they're like deer in the States. Like you'll see them wherever. Not one kangaroo. That was 31 days. Did a lot of driving too.
I'm out.
But did see some crazy birds, some massive like spiders and stuff. They have this bird
Australia's. Go ahead. What?
You go ahead.
No, Australia's so huge. The only people it's like Canada. They only live like on the coast.
Yeah.
And then the whole inside of it is like empty.
It's a dead town. Yeah. Like the actual like outback.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah. I mean, nothing but snakes that'll kill you and massive animals. But
just running around out there. Yeah. But it's warm, right?
Yeah, it was like It was like getting into summer when we were over there. Yeah.
Now does Luke have kids or no?
Yeah, he's got 2.
All right, so is this a text that you go, hey dude, I think I might bring the kids. Are you bringing the kids? Or do you just do it no matter what?
Well, we were wrapping up the States tour, and he was like, "Hey,"
and that's how you know you're on the top.
There,
yeah, we're wrapping up the States tour.
Well, yeah, but I was support. I was
no, it doesn't matter, dude. Doesn't matter, dude.
So he's pretty much like, "Hey, I'm going to Australia. You come with me?" I was like, "Absolutely, I am."
No, yeah, no, I'm coming.
You go do that. I'm taking back.
They'll be there. Yeah.
But he was like, "Man, are you bringing the kids?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm bringing the whole family. We do the whole time." And he was like, "Dude, I'm not doing it." And now, after doing it, Luke was the smart one. Not that we didn't have
gotcha.
Not that we didn't have a good time, but like it was a lot. The flight was terrible. Nicole his wife came over she was there for majority of the tour.
Yeah.
But yeah, no kids.
So you go, what he could do, you could do I'm doing 2 weeks, not the whole time or whatever. You can figure out something, right?
Yeah. And like their travel was planned better for multiple reasons. Main one being he has a lot more money than I do.
Oh yeah. Namely being we were on a double-decker taxi. He was on a plane.
But he based out of he like got one house and then just kind of traveled to, just being on the weekends.
Just go out and back from there. Yeah.
And we were
he bought the house.
Yeah. His Australian home. Yeah. But we were like in each city for a week. So we started in Auckland, then we did Sydney, Brisbane, and Melbourne.
My gosh.
So it was wild, man. Have you toured over there yet?
No, dude. You had to bring that up. It's early.
Why?
I'm just kidding. I haven't. But you're like, so you've toured over there. No. The comics usually go UK first. Yeah. They go UK and then Australia. And then you start going to like Oslo and like places where you're like, all right, you're huge now.
I know. Once you kind of do like the London, the circle around London.
I think you go Australia second.
Yeah.
And then if you're going to like Dubai, you're like, oh, you're huge.
Yeah.
You're like Schultz goes over there. Bill Burr goes over there. Like some of the guys that are just kind of transcended. These guys are monster. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean,
everybody sing along?
Yeah.
Or they sing along more here?
No, dude. Two of my biggest markets are Sydney and Brisbane. I actually think my number one market is Sydney. So like it was
number one everywhere?
Yeah, in the world.
That's like, you know how like I'm trying to think of what's a NBA player that like was like like Stephon Marbury. He's like massive in China.
Really?
Yeah, and he's like, I'll just stay over there, dude. I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the Chinese leagues.
Yeah, they're just huge, or like Kobe.
Yeah.
People don't know. Like Kobe was in China was just like or like the better example maybe those like Fast and the Furious movies. They're like, why do they keep putting these out? And they're just like,
oh, they're crushing over there,
huge. And you're like, wait, what? And you go over there and they're like more obsessed with you over there.
Well, dude, like Kip, one of my first tours was Kip Moore. And he's huge in South Africa.
What is that? Buy me a truck?
Yeah.
You can buy me a truck. Let's get
No,
more.
no.
Shoot, dude. Shoot. My bad. We'll have to edit that
He's
out.
something
Yeah.
about a truck.
Something
That is
about a
like-
truck.
that
No.
is
That's fair. That's what. Why do you get mad at me for
What
that?
is buy me a truck?
You can buy me a
boat.
truck.
Chris Jansen.
Oh, Chris Jansen, and he's been
We've
here.
had on the pod.
Oh
yeah.
shoot.
I was
Well,
about
that's
to
a
say,
complimentary to him.
He was on here like a couple weeks ago.
No, shoot. I screwed that up. I do. Kit Moore. No.
But
yeah.
he's huge in South Africa,
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
which is an awesome place to be big in.
You want to be big in South Africa?
Cape Town,
Oh yeah.
unreal.
Was
Yeah.
country big in Australia before Keith?
I think it was like a recent, like the big boom has happened like the last like 4 or 5 years.
Why do you think that is?
That's a good
I don't
question.
really know. I mean, maybe it's the, they have the C2C in Europe, and then Australia has one called CMC Rocks,
Festival.
the big festival. So it could have been something with like, I don't know if it just really took off the last couple of years, or I do feel like it's something artists have really like committed to going over there and investing in,
Yeah, you got to
playing
kind
in
of build the
Australia.
markets. Yeah, if you go
got
over
to
there.
do it. Like the first time we went to Europe, I was actually opening for Old Dominion, and we were playing like 500-600 person like bars pretty much. And then now, I mean, they're doing arenas and like it's like really
Over there they build them up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But like it's cool to. It's like going back to probably like for you, like going back to open mic nights, and then
Oh yeah.
but you get to do it again at a point where at least you have like
Where it's more. Well, yeah.
a little bit more like you at least know like
You're going there voluntarily.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not
It's
for a
not
second.
like
back
this
to the open
doesn't
mics,
work.
dude. Yeah.
I got to go back to busted tables.
Now they don't sing in an accent, do they?
No, they just sound like
They sing like you.
yeah.
Yeah,
like
'cause
Keith.
that-
It's like like Keith.
Or if I was singing a song, I would sing it like they sang it. I would put my accent aside.
Yeah.
I come and try to do a Jordan Davis song in an Australian accent.
The floor is yours.
No, I'm not going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it.
I had a terrible Australian accent, and it's cool to see like the different. Like Brisbane didn't sound like people from Sydney.
Oh
didn't
yeah,
sound like
yeah,
people
yeah.
from Melbourne.
They know that guy's from the other side
Yeah.
of the bridge or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not one of us.
What do they always call bogans? So like rednecks and Australians are bogans.
I like that. I'd be a bogan.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
You'd be a bogan.
Yeah. Does it mean a country person?
Yeah.
Like an uneducated
It's like-
person?
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah. He's got to
But-
be safe.
but like an outside-
Hey, you're building your market over there, dude. You got to be careful, dude. Don't
Yeah.
just insult these people.
Well, no, I thought I was like I wish
be a
that
bogan.
We would take bogans to the States. I would rather
Yeah.
be a bogan than a redneck.
There you go. Bogan is an Australian and New Zealand slang term for someone who is considered unrefined. That's a better. Unrefined is cool.
Which is a redneck, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, pretty much.
What is a redneck? What does AI say a redneck is?
Someone with a working class background.
This could get
Yeah.
dicey.
AI can't be trusted.
You nailed that, John.
What?
Working class white person, especially a politically reactionary one from a rural area. You said working class person, yeah?
Yeah, that's what the other one said.
Nailed it.
Well, white only because the sun on the neck. They have to be white.
Yeah.
It's not a racial. It's just saying they're white.
You gotta have a redneck.
Yeah, because for a neck to
I feel
become
like
red.
NASCAR should be in there somewhere.
Yeah. That's where we met.
It is.
And we met before that or no?
Not in person.
Yeah, and it was me, you, and Ray Fulcher
It was.
was out there. Was it
that
Charlotte? Yeah, I think it was
500?
Charlotte. I think whenever you go out to when you see another guy like in the entertainment industry, you just kind of give him the nod because you kind of know how he got there.
Yeah.
And that's how you're there.
Kind of got here the same way.
And you're like, what are you doing? Singing the anthem? I'm doing the starting lineups. Like, all right, yeah.
See, I was actually shocked because you're actually a big NASCAR fan.
Huge NASCAR fan.
So
yeah.
like I just got into it,
Oh, you did? Yeah.
and Ray was a big NASCAR
Yep.
fan. So I kind of felt like I was the odd man out there.
Oh, yeah. Then
I
you
was
didn't know enough.
I was the uncoolest of the three.
Nah, you were in there. Yeah, we were up there. That was awesome. Was Trump there?
He could have been. Checked out. They would check out.
I think he's been at a couple Coke 600s. He wasn't at that one, though.
Yeah.
What'd you do, the national anthem or nothing? You were just hanging?
No, I just like hung out, did like the, we
Just
did,
met everybody to shake the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think at the Texas race, I think Ashley was there.
Was
The one right after that. You've been out with her.
Yeah. She's been a couple tours.
Yeah.
Yeah, just went and played or did a few songs with her because we just wrapped up like country radio week here in Nashville.
Oh,
She
yeah.
had a show in town.
Oh, yeah.
Is she a NASCAR fan?
No, dude. Yeah, I don't know. I shouldn't speak on her behalf.
Yeah.
I haven't seen her since at a race. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
We saw. Wait, where was it? Where? Trying to think of who we were seeing recently in Nashville. Oh, we saw Max McGowan. You know who that is? He sings little bit herb, but a lot more free. Anyway, we saw him at Exit In, and it was like, oh yeah, I forgot because we saw Lanco, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot the Nashville crowds are horrible.
Oh,
Are they bad?
rough?
That's what I've heard.
It's definitely.
Because they see everybody.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like any town that has a ton of entertainment going on every night, you get a lot of that.
Yeah, a lot of
that.
a lot of body language. Well, he didn't even do a what's it called when you go away and then you come back.
An encore?
Yeah, he didn't even do it. He just goes, pretend that I just did this, and we just played the last two songs.
Well, see, we actually got away from that too. We don't do an encore anymore.
Wait, is it not cool anymore?
I don't know if it's not cool because, I mean, Luke did it in Australia. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Turns out, pretty cool. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think we just like.
Wait, you have to be headlining though.
Yeah, you definitely have to be.
Yeah.
That would be really weird if I was like
support encore.
support act. Like,
You'd come out and they think it was Luke. Yeah, wait.
yeah.
He's back.
Yeah,
We came to see Luke.
You know what? I think what
Support
ended it
encore
was-
is crazy.
I think what ended it was we were looking at a set list. This was back when like I was having to throw covers in.
Oh yeah.
Like trying to get to like 75 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So
A little
like, all right.
medley. Don't they put a little medley,
Oh, yeah,
cover
yeah.
medley in there at about 45 minutes in?
But when it's like, all right, if we can get to 71 minutes, then we can do a 2-minute, like a 2-minute encore. Yeah. And when I started looking at it like that, I was like, why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Like, if they know we're going to come back anyway, or like,
Yeah.
or whenever like Buy Dirt really took off, and we did it for a little while where like we would end the show, but we
Yeah.
hadn't played Buy Dirt.
Yeah, they were like,
So it's kind of like, hey, good to see you guys. We're out. And then you walk off stage and everybody's like, he hasn't played the Dirt song yet.
So-
I guess he's coming back out. And then they have to fake like they didn't know you were going
and then you have to come back out?
Yeah.
Do you have to do them? I always wondered if you did them based on how much they were cheering. Like, we can't do 2 minutes I think people are leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, we got
Or if you have to send somebody out to be like, hey guys, he's coming back out. Y'all need to get excited.
we better. The guy walks off. Go, hey, go. Hey, we can't.
What is happening when you walk off stage and then you just have that waiting period?
Yeah, you just
You're just standing?
You just kind of stand there.
Take a shot.
Weirdly off stage to where like they can still kind of see that you haven't taken your guitar off yet.
He's right there.
Yeah,
It's
the
like-
people side stage can see you
Yeah.
across.
Nobody's moving any equipment. No lights are on. It's just like, oh, I guess he's coming back out.
This does make it sound not cool anymore.
I would
Yeah.
get the, you know how like I'm a Falcons fan and we got in trouble for like piping in crowd noise.
Yeah.
I would pipe in a Jordan.
Yeah, like a
Jordan.
chant.
Everybody's like, who's saying that? They're like, I don't see anyone cheering.
That's the loudest that this has been all night. Nobody's
All right, we'll come back out.
What about an encore for a comedy show? That just came.
Only guy that does them is Brian Regan would do them, and he would like do his yell out bits, the old bits, like his iconic bits, and people would yell them out, and he would do them.
Oh, like he'd take requests,
Yeah,
basically?
kind of, but
Okay.
yeah. Like, because comedy, you don't do your old, the things that people found you from. Like, imagine once you have a hit, you can never play it again.
See, that's where
That's comedy.
That's why I know. That's why
Yeah.
that would be so. That would be really tough.
You go,
Or how long
yeah.
do you do it? Is it just like a tour length?
Until you put out the special.
I got
So for the Netflix or YouTube or Amazon, whatever the special is, then it's in essence, or if it's something more timely about an election or some current event, if you put it on, it's done.
Yeah.
If you put it online, it's done. And then, but I imagine if you found a comic growing up, a Bill Cosby, or if somebody that you loved growing up, you would be like,
Yeah.
You have to be huge to do that, though. You're like, I'll take requests. They're like, we don't know any of your old bits. You're like, oh, never mind then.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
The way you do it is cool, though, how you bring everybody back out.
Oh, I bring everybody on stage
That's
at the
cool.
end in the comics, and we'll just like joke about the city. We like roast the city usually,
That's
and
great.
the people in the crowd. Yeah,
I like that.
something like that. Now, but do you? I was going to ask you this because we always ask people about their church involvement.
Yeah.
You started Southern Baptist.
I did.
But it looked like heavy.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah, dude.
Pretty heavy.
Pretty heavy.
Yeah.
In what city?
Rose Park Baptist in Shreveport.
Yeah.
Yeah,
see.
Grandpa was a deacon. Mom played. She played piano on Sundays, and then ran like a Bible study on Wednesdays. So it was like Sunday morning, Sunday night, Wednesdays, and then anytime being over at my grandparents is like you're walking on eggshells.
If you say something.
Yeah, you don't want to say anything that might make him mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rose Park Baptist, they're in Shreveport.
Well, Ernest, we've talked to Ernest a couple times, and he'll. I was gonna ask you about this because it's like you do have. He was smoking a blunt,
Yeah.
and his mom was like, "Do you have to?" You know what I'm saying? It's like he's gone through the roof, and he's like hanging with Snoop Dogg, but he's flying private, but he's like, is there? And I always wondered, is there still like to that? Because me the same. I have a joke about my mom sending a peach emoji, and it's like that's like about the dirtiest I'll get in my show.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then I had this other tag on it that somebody emailed. There was like, I thought you were like a clean comic, and that's and you go. My question being though, does the voices from your childhood or you're like,
Oh yeah.
if you have like a Zin pouch or a beer or like something, maybe I shouldn't do this or no?
It definitely not as much that. I've kind of been able to break free of that a little bit.
Don't tell us, dude. We're not your accountability, bro. You don't have to look at us. I've been able to break free. I mean, totally.
But it's definitely yes.
No, it's totally fine.
I think it's more so like, so my grandmother, love her to death. She's 92 years old.
Yeah.
And she will still bring up, like she will tell me like, you shouldn't cuss in your songs. And I'm like, racking my brain. I'm like, do I cuss in my songs?
Where did I cuss?
And I go back and listen to it, and she's like, you say the D word in that one song. And I was like, in her mind, I might as well just go on a tangent of cuss words.
Oh yeah.
Like,
might as well just go off.
Yeah. And my mom the same way. Like, or if I like, post something on socials where I know that she's going to be like, all right, whether it's drinking or like, we're out at a bar doing, or I say something stupid, like I definitely know, even at 36 years old, that my mom is still going to be like, your kids are going to see that.
And that hurts worse, dude. That hurts worse, dude.
It's something you kind of have to think of, like, anytime you're posting something, or like, songs or whatever. It's like, dang, do I want my kids to hear this?
Who do you think of first, your mom or your kids?
No, I think of the kids now.
Yeah.
My daughter, because it's like she's 5, she's going to kindergarten. Kids can be tough.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, I don't want to put anything out there that she's going to have to deal with. That would be the worst for me. Is like if I do something that then comes back to where my kids have to answer for it.
Oh, then you put it on them or something.
That's when I'm like, all right, this is that's not cool.
That's the line.
Yeah. But no, I try to like, and too, like I'm proud of my church upbringing. I mean, much like you, like it's something that I wouldn't be here without my relationship with the Lord. So it's like, I also feel like that's kind of something I feel like that's why I've been given somewhat of a platform.
Brother. Amen.
So
yeah.
To be able to kind of not stray too far from that.
Yeah, where you go, is this, if like, what's, yeah, I guess what's the line or something like that? Because I deal with it every day.
Yeah,
I go, man, that's funny. And you of course cut up with your buddies off stage. You're like, I don't think this is what works. And maybe it's not even something. Sometimes it's not even. I mean, we have it in on this pod where somebody sends us in a clip that we're gonna make fun of or something. And I'm like, man, oh man, like that's a real person, or you know, that's a hilarious. And sometimes if people are putting stuff on the internet for attention, you're like, all right, this is all kind of fair game. But you go. When I lay my head down, or if that person was here, would I say that?
Right.
Yeah, and you go, oh man, I don't know.
It's easy to kind of see. I mean, yeah, music. I'm sure comedians, y'all do it a lot too. But like, you know, there's some songs that get listened to a lot.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not because they're great. Where like we literally had this conversation the other day about it, where it's like, man, come let them just be. Like, you know.
That somebody else, they come into, the mainstream and everybody just crushing them.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Let them put music out. If they want to put it out, if they're proud of it, like, like, I'm sure
we talked about this last week. We talked about this last week on the pod too.
Yeah.
You go.
It's like, it's tough to.
And you go, I'm not, maybe you, I think I know what you're talking about, but I think if you come.
You probably do.
Yeah, right. But if you come to like not a generation like at 30 or 36, right?
Yeah.
About to have a birthday at the end of the month.
Yeah.
If you didn't come from like, I feel like all those comics came out, or not all those comics, all those country artists that came out of COVID, TikTok during COVID.
Yeah.
Is where
it really kind of took off.
Yeah. And I think I was talking to Shay, and he was like, his agent or label's like, we gotta look at what the guy's going viral. And he's like, dude, he goes, we're established, dude. We're an arena act. Like it's interesting, his perspective. He's like, they're doing great. Everybody's
got their
let everybody make music.
Yeah. And like that's and and never really dove into TikTok too much. It's something that
your socials are great though.
I'm trying to get better at it. It's like something
you make jokes on there all the time.
Yeah.
Who tells you that stuff? We're gonna make this bit.
Do
it.
I just watch your socials and do
and not mine, dude. I don't.
Very nice.
No, I mean, like, it's been something like, it's more so like, all right, personality. It's like when you're meeting people that are like, dude, I didn't realize you were really funny.
I know you're chill like that.
Oh, dang. Well, then maybe I'm not expressing what I want to express on socials.
Yeah.
And kind of getting away from the more like polished look too.
Yeah.
Which has been something I've been trying. It's like, you know it. It's like touring is fun, but it's not like the most glamorous thing in the world. And instead of having people think that like, oh, these guys got it made, like rolling around in tour buses and, getting to do all this really cool stuff, letting people in on the other side of it where it's like, but you're also away from your family. You don't sleep great. You have a lot of Outback. Like,
you do?
Like,
I've never had Outback.
Really?
Outback Steakhouse?
Yeah. Come on,
dude! You're doing arenas, bro.
I know.
What
but
are you doing at Outback Steakhouse?
That's why he went to Australia.
Oh,
He just wanted the real thing.
Bloomin' onion. Hey, Jordan Davis is doing
Never saw an
bro.
Outback over there. Never saw one.
So weird.
I thought never saw one over there.
Huh.
They're like, we don't do that over here.
Yeah. Dude, you got to get on the Outback train.
Okay, so what are you talking
It's
about?
consistent. You know what you're gonna get.
Like that's what is the Outback special?
No,
That's what I used to
you
get.
just get like a fillet and like some broccoli.
Me and my buddy Parker, when we were coming up, I didn't have $1 to my name, and we always try to go celebrate each other's birthday at Outback.
At Outback?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a birthday graduation type restaurant. You're just going there on a regular.
No,
He's like, hey, Friday night,
like,
babe, where do you want to go? Outback, dude.
it definitely was a celebration restaurant.
Yeah, dude. Outback's a celebration restaurant.
Like,
This segment brought to you by.
yeah.
Outback is crazy, dude. Is there ever? I was gonna ask you this because if I feel like a lot of the artists, they go, hey, we're gonna promote this one, right? So if you scroll through their TikTok, it says audio of the one we're promoting, the single.
Oh yeah.
Does it ever? If they go, hey, this is the one, and you go, or it's like, this one's not catching, we got to abandon the marketing plan for this one.
Yeah.
Or this one is going, let's do this one.
I've never had it not I've never gone with one and then looked at numbers and been like, hey, I don't think this is it.
Okay, you haven't.
But I have had the other. Next Thing You Know. I wrote Next Thing You Know, and didn't even turn the song in. Like truly thought it was too personal. Like I was like, man, I'm proud of this song, but like I don't think it's ever going to connect mainstream.
Yeah.
And then through another writer, my label heard it and was like, hey, what's up with this Next Thing You Know song? And I was like, oh yeah, I wrote that a couple weeks ago. She was like, we need to put this out. This is great. Put it out when we were about to come with another song, and it just took off.
Oh yeah, that would like clog up the schedule if that one, because you're already planning on another.
So we ended
one.
up switching.
Yeah,
And but it was off of like a TikTok video that
really
went crazy.
Shout out to the label. Sometimes the label is like, no, this is not, and they nailed it on that one.
Dude, I'm so bad at like knowing a good song. I truly write songs and forget about them.
Yeah.
And wake up the next day, try to go write one, and turn them into people, and just and I really wait until they send back like, hey, this is good. I mean, like obviously I have like there's like a little inkling where I'm like, all right, that feels pretty good.
This one
like,
might
I think
be
this could do it.
Yeah.
But would never have thought Next Thing would have done what it did. Buy Dirt, even with Luke coming on it, I was like, this will be a cool song. Didn't think it was going to go do what Buy Dirt has done. And I mean, I kind of want to continue to work that way. I mean, mainly I have a great team, like a lot of people I trust around me. So that makes it a lot easier too.
This week's episode brought to you by ExpressVPN. Baby, have you ever browsed in incognito mode? It's probably not as incognito as you think. Google recently settled a $5 billion lawsuit after being accused of secretly tracking users in incognito mode. Did you know that, Easton?
I did.
Google's defense, incognito does not mean invisible. In fact, all your online activity is still 100% visible to a ton of third parties unless you use ExpressVPN. And you know who's in that algorithm?
Who?
The devil. And ExpressVPN is the Lord.
No.
They wanted me to say that.
Very cool.
No, they didn't. With ExpressVPN, these third parties can see every website you visit. We've been talking about this on the pod for weeks. Even in incognito mode, your internet service provider, your mobile network provider, the admin of a Wi-Fi network, like your school, your boss, or your parents. ExpressVPN, ladies and gentlemen, reroutes 100% of your traffic through secure encrypted servers so third parties can't see your browsing history. Why ExpressVPN is the best VPN. It's easy to use. Fire up the app and click one button to get protected. ExpressVPN, I think that a lot of people have used it for like just seeing different algorithms. And like you can get on the streaming services, they don't cater, you can get, it doesn't identify you.
Yep.
I think the same, I've used it to I think you talked about it with flights.
Yeah, you can shop prices.
If you search in, Atlanta to Salt Lake City, they're gonna know. But if you come on ExpressVPN, it's just a little bit of it's like wearing camo in the woods. You're ExpressVPN, and they're probably going to send us an email like, we didn't have that in mind. But
It's
it is
not
kind of
camo in the woods.
Yeah, it's not camo in the woods. But you're going in the woods wearing an orange jumpsuit with no protection on the internet. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Even if it's not somebody's watching you and they are targeting you. Is that true?
I think so.
That is 100% true. You put a little camo on, bro. Get in the woods, dude. Do some hunting yourself. ExpressVPN, ladies and gentlemen. Scroll down. Let's see if we get the protect your online privacy today by visiting expressvpn.com/netpositive. That's ExpressVPN, ExpressVPN.com/netpositive, and you get extra 3 months free.
Hey,
that's pretty sweet.
Nice.
Nice of them. ExpressVPN.com/netpositive. Well, do you send it? Would you do you get this track or whatever? They can mix it like you get it that evening, right? Or they go, that night. So would you send it? I'm trying to think if I joke around with my girlfriend. Sometimes I go, she's going to hate me for saying this, but I go, sometimes you're not fertile ground for my ideas.
I know what you're saying.
She's going to be so pissed, dude.
I know what you're saying.
So pissed. Because I go, this is unbelievable. And she's like, and then, no, dude, no.
I understand what you're saying.
And then, because it's very, I like with creativity, it comes to you it's so delicate. And if a song gets to a writer's room, there's already been like, you don't understand, as a creative person, there's already been like 5 like checks that that in your brain you go, no. So if it gets past all that, to be verbalized, and then if like let's say your closest writer, the guy that your brother, he goes, I don't, and you go, well, I guess it's done, because it's not, the roots haven't like gone in.
Yeah.
So it could be easily, something at that germination level can be easily like cut. So I go, babe, sometimes like just tease me, just be like, oh yeah, you should try that. Because she goes, and I'm like, that's over.
Well, see that I'm 100%. I'll play a song for Kristen, and if she's like,
babe, she has 3 kids. Hold on, babe, let me get my guitar.
Well,
That's not what I had in mind for the evening. Dude.
I'm like, I just don't think I don't think you listened.
Shout out, dude. Shout out. Dude, bro,
like,
I would quit. Bro, I would quit. I go, I'm not an artist anymore. I don't think you heard that.
You know it's bad, because if you're like,
did you listen?
Like you play it, you're like, what do you think? She's like, that's okay. Let me play it.
Yeah, no, hold on.
Let me run it back.
What else you been working on? Oh no, I got some. This is just, I didn't really.
Or I'll like sneak a song in that she hasn't heard and try to like see if she reacts to it.
Yeah.
Instead of setting it up to where you're like, hey, listen to this new song. I just wrote, I'm fired up about it. I would just like play it, and then you wait till the end of it to wait to see if she's like, that's good. What is that? You know, if she questions it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. She just like continues living life. And you're like, all right, well.
Hey, can you quiet down? Quiet down. I'm trying to read. Can you quiet down?
I'm trying to watch Love Is Blind.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh no, wait.
The only worst thing is like, hey, could you turn that down? Yeah. Like, it's like, yikes.
You would send it. I mean, a comedy's very. It's just. It's a Monday night, and you go do it.
Yeah.
And then they will tell you if it's a hit.
But
then.
do you try jokes out on your girlfriend first?
That's what I'm saying. I don't anymore. She's not fertile ground.
Okay, I got you.
She's gonna be pissed.
So the first time you're doing it live, or
you
do
have
you
to.
have like
No, you can't, because like if we're buds, I go, I'll do a voice note. I go, is this funny? You got a different perspective, you different age, different hometown, different demographic, different upbringing. Then you'd have to do it for probably 50.
Yeah,
you could tell if that's gonna go. You know, and if you do in comedy, if you do a joke for neutral fans and it works, it's gonna crush in front of my fans. It's like they don't know me.
So that's the thing. Is like I would be about like, I love comedy, but like everything's funny to me. Like it's hard for me to listen to a joke and be like, that's not, like, some are better than others.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be a great guy for that.
Because you'd think everything's funny.
I would think it's funny. Yeah.
Now, did you with the?
So maybe he's the fertile ground you're looking
maybe he
for.
is very fertile.
Yeah, I'm probably
Whatever, babe. I'm gonna go call Jordan. Yeah.
Jordan said it was cool.
this is awesome.
Yeah. Jordan thought it was cool.
Jordan always tells me he likes my ideas.
Yeah, he loved it. Yeah. Is it would Luke would you certain artists would you send certain songs to?
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, this is up your alley.
Yeah.
Is it like asking a girl out?
Oh, dude.
Asking a guy to be on it?
Asking the hottest chick in school out. I told that story about, dude, that message, because I didn't know Luke. Obviously knew him, but like played a golf round, hung out with him after the round, smoked a cigar, and he was like, hey, if you ever need anything, here's my number.
And is that what that means?
What?
I'm trying to think of the equivalent as a woman. She's like, hey, love to, I don't know. You had the open door.
It's definitely not if you ever need anything.
No, it's not. You're like, hey, I would love to see you again.
Yeah.
They go, okay, I think
we should do this again sometime.
think
ever need anything means what?
Well,
that.
But I also too, I was talking about, like, this was, I mean, golly, 6-7 years ago. So
yeah,
I was at a different spot in my career. So I was like talking to him about like, hey man, we're doing this. And it was really like an awesome conversation, because he was like, dude, I remember being there. I remember playing those rooms, and like, so it was like an awesome conversation. So at the end of it with him being like, in my mind, it's just like, hey, if I get at a crossroads, and he genuinely meant this. He's like, dude, pick the phone up, call me. I'll help out any way I can, even if it's just advice, whatever. And so that's what I was kind of like, oh, that's cool, man. Like, and Luke is an awesome dude.
Yeah.
I definitely didn't think it was like, so it's like the message conversation history was.
Who got his number? Do you remember?
Great meeting you.
So can I get your number or?
No, he was like, he'd take my number, hit me up.
Take my number. We've talked about this before about asking guys for the number. I get scared.
Well, it's just me texting him Jordan Davis, like, save my number.
Yeah.
And then the next text
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
The next text under that is, hey, you want to sing on this song? And sending him the song. So, like, which was, by the way,
You said
months
anything.
from-
Bro. Oh, it's a long time away. Wait,
time
he didn't
from
respond to Jordan Davis?
I mean, I would think that he saved the number. I would hope so. But no, he didn't respond.
If I said John Crist and then no response, I go, we're done.
Well,
Yeah.
but
That's
yeah, like,
great, dude.
I'm
That's
like
great.
typing it up, like, dude, I knew he would. It was a song that I knew Luke would probably get. So if there's anybody that's going to sing by dirt, it's Luke Bryan.
Are you just sitting there looking at the phone, waiting for three dots after you send the "Do you want to be on
No,
this?"
dude, I put it down and
You
tried
threw it
to.
down?
I put it down.
I'm
and tried to
stressed.
forget my phone existed.
Nice.
But it actually was like he had to have got the message, listened to the song immediately, because he called me within 3 minutes.
Nice.
And was like, dude, I love this. I want, he actually was like, man, let me live with it for a week, make sure that this is right.
Yeah, he's
And
the
he
guy for
did.
that song. Yeah.
That's really cool.
But man, it was definitely like that's a scary message.
Yeah, well, I feel like as an artist, 'cause comics are the same way. Like if I would tell a comic, you ever need anything, meaning like, come do a guest spot on the show, or if I'm on, I can help you. I can't help somebody get an agent, but I can kind of help.
Yeah.
Hey, a lot of guys send me their videos, and I go, here, I would edit it this way or something like that. But it's funny that you're like, it's like who's doing who a favor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll be like, oh, I'd be at the beginning, you'll be like, I'm not gonna be on a Jordan Davis song. And then you get to a place where like, I would love to be on a Jordan Davis, and then other people, it's like this ever climb, like who's lucky to be on the track.
Well, I mean, I still feel like even at that time when we did Dirt, I didn't think Luke should. I wasn't in the Luke
That's such a
Bryan
great song.
realm.
Yeah.
So I'm forever grateful for him for just being like, yeah, man, I love the song. I want to do it. Like,
Yeah.
Did you have second choices lined up?
nah.
It was him or nothing.
Yeah. It was
Nice.
kind of him or, because we cut it, we recorded it. I was going to put it out just by myself. And then him being at Universal made it like people kind of started talking. They were like, dude, what about Luke being on this? And, obviously, collabs always do really well.
Is
But
that all across the board?
Well, I guess you can find a couple. You
Yeah.
can find a couple of my songs, or maybe that's not true. I mean, I feel like all my
I do pretty good. Yeah.
the collabs have done okay. I did one with Julia Michaels that was really cool.
Yeah.
I've got a couple on this next record that. I'm
Do you have
fired up
some with the one with Ann Wilson?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, there's just like, it's fun. It's fun to get to work with another artist.
I didn't even think about that. If you're like, how I think Brooks and Dunn did it with, they're all remaking it.
Reloaded
I
record,
think
yeah.
Life is a Highway. Life is a, no, that's a Luke Bryan accent. That was different.
Little
Whose Life is a Highway?
That's Rascal.
I want to talk about Rascal Flats. That was disrespectful.
I've got one on there.
You do? Yeah, you have one. Yeah, because their album is all.
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, because I was going to ask you, and this question, these go together, is when you're young, especially, it's like this in comedy, there's this group that you're not in.
Yeah.
And then you're like, if I get Tonight Show, Netflix special, a theater tour, I'm in the group.
Yeah.
Is there a certain level that you feel like a part of the group? Or do you still feel excluded from the group? And then that second part on that question is, wait, nobody's calling me for collabs.
Yeah.
Or like, does he ever have like, does that make sense?
Yeah. I think early on, I was seeing like other artists get collabs where I was like, dang, man, I wish I could get one. Because, I mean, leading up into that, like, I really didn't have, me and Julia did that song together. But like in the country space, I didn't have a collab coming out until Dirt. So like it can get a little, but I also wonder too, how much of that is like the thought of me putting myself back in like the high school kind of like cool group thing. Like if I'm there or not, like I just kind of threw that out and was like, you hear people be like, oh dude, I want to play stadiums. It's like, it's like, what's your end goal? It's like, I want to play stadiums. It's like, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I think we all do. Yeah.
Like, But unfortunately, we don't get to pick that. Like, we can do everything leading up to make the best record you can, promote the best way you can, albums, songs, whatever.
Not on us.
But at the end of the day, your fans are going to let you know where you fall in that ladder. And to me, that just felt like I was just adding stress to where it was like, what's wrong with playing, at the time where I was getting to make a living touring. And I'm playing 1,000-person rooms. I never thought that would have happened. And then you move up to theaters, and then you get a chance to go into arenas. I stopped that. I felt myself thinking that too much to where I was like, all right, am I one of the cool guys? Like, dude,
am I in
this? And there was not a lot of positives coming out of that. So I kind of just tossed it out.
Yeah, we saw you at Ascend.
Yeah.
Last year. Yeah, we were in wherever we were in St. Louis, and you're like, I don't want to be anywhere else in the world but here tonight. This is awesome. Look at these people that came to show up for the show. This is incredible. Yeah. Whether it's 20 or 20,000.
Yeah. It's just a chance to get to do this.
Unbelievable.
It's like
hit the lottery.
You get to tell jokes.
Yeah. What am I complaining about?
I get to write songs.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Now, is there any, you don't have to tell us names, but is there anybody that said, hey, Jordan, can we do a collab? And you said, nah, fam.
Well, yeah. But it's always...
there has to be, obviously. There has to be.
Yeah. But I've also had collabs turned down on me, too. So... it truly
this ain't for me, bud. This ain't for me.
But and a lot of it's not even that. It's like the songs are always... I know how tough it is to send a song. I mean, we just talked about how tough it is.
What do you mean send one?
Well, like shoot the song over and be like, hey, I want you to sing
like
song.
Text the song to somebody. Yeah.
And if it gets, like we talked about earlier, getting through the process of like, all right, I think this is good. I'm going to send this to this person. It's a pretty vulnerable spot to be in.
Very.
So it's always a great song. A lot of it, what ends up happening is like, it doesn't mesh with what we're either, maybe we have a song coming out a week before that.
Yeah.
Or I have another collab coming out with somebody and it just doesn't match the timeline. Yeah. And I think, one of the best things you could do is be like, hey man, I would love to be on this song, but like, I'm not going to be able to promote this the way that it needs to be. If there's anybody else that is a little more free at the time, that could do a video, that can, it doesn't
be a part of it.
Yeah. Or like, it's not getting cut out by another one of my songs that comes out 2 weeks later. Cause once that happens, man, I've got to promote this new single that's coming out. So I've had to turn down a few, but, I always try to leave it at like,
that's a nice way to say that. Like a girl, you'd be like, listen, I'm just not,
it's just not, I'm just not in the right mindset.
I'm focused on myself right now.
I'm focused on myself.
Doing a lot of self-work
right
now.
No, I've just been working a lot. I just don't have time to date. And then he has got a girlfriend next week.
Yeah.
What?
That was quick.
You can just say no. He goes, what if somebody just said no?
Yeah.
What? Just say it nicer. Yeah.
But no, it's tough. Sometimes it gets tough to turn them down.
Yeah, but it is if you could like, what was I think it was last night. Something about, now there's another category to rate myself in. You're like, I already got social numbers, I got touring numbers, I got pod numbers, I got YouTube numbers. And then somebody was like, hey, did you know about the whatever chart? I go, well, where am I on that one? And you're like, you're like, this is just another chart for me to see if I'm that good.
Which is, that's, I feel like I see a new one of those, like the country power rankings.
Country power rankings.
Where like you fall 6 spots. It's like, I haven't even done anything.
Your wife's like, the kids need breakfast. I can't get out of bed. Country Central charts.
I've dropped.
I lost 6 spots.
I dropped out.
Dropped out is tough, dude. Yeah. That is bad. It is bad when you see when they rate the singles.
Oh,
And you
like
got to
you
see
get
when
the
you
number?
got to see the bad ones.
That's tough, dude.
Yeah, it's.
I
mean,
think I've had some rough ones. I think I've had like a. I may have snuck in like a 5.8 in there on one of
yeah.
these.
Do you know what that is?
It ended up working.
It's
out,
like
though.
it's a like, what is it? I don't even. We don't have to say their name, but they like rate. They have like a bunch of they whenever singles come out, they listen to them and rate them on
like
a
a
1 to 10
publication does?
scale.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
It's like 1.6. Yeah. Jeez.
Is it?
Or something horrific. But there we go. I'm gonna
And,
go.
dude, where does the point? Like, what makes it?
Oh yeah, what was the
1.6?
0.6?
You couldn't even give the guy 2.
Dude, we know you don't have 100 writers in there averaging this. It's 2 guys. How'd you get the 0.6?
You know who did this? It was Portnoy. The second he started
Yeah.
adding the decimal in,
On the pizza.
now
Oh, yeah.
everything is.
Oh, on pizzas. Yeah, he started it.
You can't just go just a good round number now.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
What happened to rankings?
Yeah.
Well, I did ask. Okay, so we put out a couple like parody songs.
Yeah.
We put out a couple on Spotify. So we have this. It was when is it? 2 years ago? Last year, we put out a song called "Every Christian Music Video." It's like a parody of making fun of.
Yeah.
And I asked.
I think it's hilarious.
I asked. Now that you say this, I think I blocked this out of my memory. I asked Scott Stapp to be on it.
Bro, what?
Don't laugh at that, dude. Why are you laughing?
Wait,
Did we talk about this with Scott when he was here? We didn't
It was
talk.
before that. No, it was after that.
did you know Scott at the time? Or
Yeah,
was
I'm buddies with him.
Okay, so
yeah.
when you asked him, it was a friend. It wasn't like.
Yeah, it was a friend, and I recorded it, and I said, "Here's your spot." Is that how you do it or no?
Yeah.
And I go, here's the song. We would love to have you come, because it goes like, "This is every Christian music video," and then it goes up and he was just gonna come in and like he didn't have to be in the video.
Just create it. Yeah.
Just create.
And I go, but it would be perfect. But he wasn't like back yet.
Yeah.
Because they were still like, they just had broken up or I don't know what, but they weren't, now they're back touring arenas. So I was like, "Hey dude, do you want to come be on this?" He was like, "No."
Did he say no?
Probably, dude. I don't know. I have to go back and look at myself. On
this therapy session.
Dude,
just
I
brought this
blocked
back
that
up.
out. I literally blocked that out. I'm trying to think, because I was like, man, that would be sweet to get like Michael W. Smith or somebody to be on this track.
It would.
And then he was like, "Can't do it, bud."
Timeline wasn't right.
He hit me
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the bud.
That's what it was.
Timeline wasn't right.
See,
This is
it
timeline.
probably interfered with the Creed song that was coming out a year and a half after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
The rollout, it doesn't.
Dude, we got a lot planned, bro. We got one we're trying to promote. I just see nothing for a year.
Yeah, we have a
I go, "Hey, dude,
2026 world tour that we
Yeah.
gotta figure out.
When was
We really got to get dialed in on this.
what is this promotional schedule?"
I can't. There's no way I can sing that second verse.
I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna go. I'll look after we're done with the pod. I'll go back and look to see what he says. He's like,
man.
"I can't get it." Yeah.
A year and a half out.
But it is funny that I feel like comedians, and you as an artist, what you said about Luke is that you know all those venues, and he knows exactly the spot, the vulnerable spot you're in, because he was once in it.
Yeah.
So I feel like for comics, they go, "Dude, I know what this means for you to send this my way."
Yeah.
Or it's a kind of, you can relate in a way that somebody else is like, "Dude, I don't have time for this."
Yeah. Not to mention, you have the most terrifying job in the world.
Who?
The thought of you, dude.
Oh.
The thought of getting on stage for an hour and just making people laugh terrifies
Yeah, I don't
me.
think it's terrifying, but I'm probably built different, I guess. not in a better way, but my brain, something didn't connect in my brain.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you feel? Do you feel that way about his job? Like you singing on stage for an hour, would that scare you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the I don't know if we're gonna include it, but the story we told before we started about the rodeo,
Yeah.
that terrifies me.
Oh,
Now going
it's
out,
terrifying for me.
yeah, going out in front of like if the crowd is like we did a Kansas City, the crowd was like counting down. We have a countdown video. They were like 10, 9. I go, "Oh, That's not scary.
Well, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I guess it could go bad, but yeah.
What would you rather do, Alex? As someone who's neither, would you rather be a? What do you think's more scary?
Well, I can't sing, so I'd definitely rather try John's job.
Yeah, but if
that
you
one's going to
could-
hurt.
If you
probably
could
more.
say you're-
Like if you're equally as talented as at
Oh,
both.
that I'd rather.
That's scarier?
No, I think making people laugh is scarier.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so.
You're up there, you and a mic.
Yeah.
Just
That's
you.
it.
Yeah. But all the country artists always get mad at us because they're like, dude, I know the settlements are.
A lot less overhead on your
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
brother.
yeah. They're like, dude, we got 3 trucks. I go, I just asked the guy to turn the mic on. Yeah, you son of a. Yeah. You just
Yeah.
out there. Yeah. What's
Isn't that
coming up?
terrible? That's terrible for me because that's the first thing I thought of whenever like.
That's what every artist says to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, for a while, right before the Charlotte show, we were right behind you on your tour.
Oh, yeah. We had the same type of. Oh, yeah.
So it was like, it would be us, and then like 2 or 3 nights later was John. And
the same type of theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember just looking at the bill and being like, God, good for Chris, dude.
Yeah.
Good for
This guy figured it out. I show up in a rented Nissan Altima.
and it's 4 shows that weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's
It's
just
a
like
matinee show.
knocking them out, dude.
I got 4 shows that day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You don't
This
have
guy's
to
got a-
wake up and like worry about your voice being gone.
Oh, yeah. You got that, too.
Yeah.
That we did a music tour. Jordan Feliz is a Christian artist, and he would wear the sign around his neck. He goes, "It's like I'm on vocal rest."
Oh, really?
That seems douchey now that I think about it.
I don't know if I could pull that off. Yeah.
No, hold on.
In hindsight.
I shouldn't say it. No, hold on. Maybe I didn't see him wearing that
You
sign.
just like carry around like a
It was like a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Hold on, and let's defend him at least. If you can. Now that he didn't, but you have to go if you are on vocal rest.
Oh, yeah.
That's a real thing. You cannot speak.
So I had a vocal issue end of last year, or maybe I guess the end of last year,
Oh yeah.
2 years ago. Sorry.
She's like, I had to deal with it.
Yeah, she did. I like limped through a tour at the end of the year. Like was going out on the road. Would get back on Monday, going to the doctor. Eventually had to go get it taken care of.
And you could tell it's going bad or no?
Yeah.
You
I
can,
knew
with a
something was
voice?
up. Like
All right,
halfway
yeah.
through the summer, I would take, we'd have a week off or 2 weeks off, and then I'd go back out, play a show, and it would feel like I've been singing for like 7 days straight. So I knew something was up, went in, something was up, and had to get it taken care of at the end of like November 2 years ago, and I couldn't speak for, I think it was like 19 days, 19, 20
Yeah.
days.
Do you have a sign or no?
Just texting. I was like texting my wife, and luckily it was like
You text your wife in the house?
yeah. Or like if I had to say
Write it
something,
down.
Well,
Oh, yeah, I
if
guess
had
you
to
would
say
text,
something.
yeah.
I would just like, show her. But like it was brutal.
Yeah. I don't mean to make a joke about your situation.
Thanksgiving,
Sorry.
like no, I mean I'm very thankful I got it done. But like Thanksgiving, totally silent.
Yeah.
Luckily, there's another artist that went through the same thing, and not going to say his name because who knows if medical stuff you don't talk. But there was another artist that helped me out. He texted me and was like, "Hey, here you're going through this, and that you have kiddos. Record yourself reading books to them, and then that way." So like I was at least able to like still.
Oh,
read to the
before.
kiddos before I got it done.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And I bet
Actually, it was pretty terrible, but that was really cool.
That is cool.
I bet there's probably at Thanksgiving, there's probably aunts and uncles that you wish you could have put on this procedure. You're like, we would prefer you not talk.
Yeah, we
All right,
prefer.
Or you could pre-record your arguments and bring them to
Yeah, these
Thanksgiving.
It was pretty awesome. Like,
Pre-record your conspiracy theories. I got it.
yeah, that was weird because I just stayed at home.
Yeah.
My wife went back to Thanksgiving, and I just sat around and watched football.
They
so it was
first
terrible.
listen. I don't know your family. They're talking bad about you
100%
for sure, dude.
100%.
Oh, big time Jordan's
Yeah.
vocal range. Yeah.
He had to do this.
He can't
had to do this
speak.
at Thanksgiving. Yeah,
They're talking bad about you, definitely.
no doubt, no doubt.
Back in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. The same dad that said you're not changing your name. He's not gonna have a lot of sympathy for vocal rest, Jordan.
It's true.
Oh man, that's great. Well, thanks for coming in, bro. What's coming up next for you?
Man,
What do we need to promote? And we'll say it at the top of the pod too.
Yeah, we got a tour coming up, man. This fall, playing some rooms that I'm gonna check off the bucket list, man.
Yeah, well, they're not rooms because they don't have roofs on them, dude.
That
So
is
they're
true.
not rooms technically.
One
but-
of them does.
Oh,
Radio City.
Radio City, we're done. Yeah. Remember 5 minutes ago, it was like, yeah, me and John used to play the same type of size places.
Dude, you could do Radio City.
Oh, yeah,
Come on.
I probably could. Yeah, The overhead's too expensive. Yeah, send me to Long Beach.
Yeah. Tell me about your problems with overhead, bro. Yeah, Radio City, Red Rocks.
Gosh,
stoked
Red
about
Rocks
that
is
one.
sweet, man.
The Greek in L.A.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a heck of a tour. Mitchell Tenpenny, Vincent Mason.
Well, let's go.
Yeah, we got to get you.
Now,
out.
there's no way to if a podcast fan wants to. Do you sell a meet and greet or no?
Absolutely. Why
You
don't
do?
Why don't you give away?
No, we're not giving away. Oh no, what are we talking about? We will. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Give
giving
one
away?
Give one away to Net
We'll
Positive.
figure it out. Okay, we'll figure out something to
can do
do.
that. Yeah, I like that.
I'll tell you what, give away the ticket, and then they can fly out to a show. John has breakfast, lunch, and dinner with him.
I'm
Plays
coming to the show.
golf.
No, how am I involved in this?
He's giving away a day with John Crist.
Yeah. So you get a day with John
Yeah.
Crist.
Yeah.
And then at night, you can come to the show.
GA tickets to his show. I'm like, dude, you sacrificed nothing for this.
Spend the whole day with you, and then you're like, all right, you go. See you.
Yeah.
Have a nice night.
Dude, you got to come out to the show, though, this year.
I would love to. Yeah, the Ascend was with what's her name? Gabby was there.
Gabby was there.
And
Jameson?
Lenko. No, I watched the show with Lenko.
Oh, okay. I
yeah,
love
that's
those
right.
guys.
Jameson. Yeah, Jameson Rogers.
I love
yeah.
those guys.
And you got music coming out?
Yeah, new record coming out in August. Let's
go.
So it's a busy year.
I thought we had something to promote.
Oh, yeah, Bar None's out.
Come on, dude.
I
This
know,
is your
dude.
job.
Look how poor
Yeah, I
I
know
am.
she is.
You
Yeah.
see why she's with me all the time?
Yeah,
I get it
Bar
now.
None is a single. It's
Brand
coming
new
out.
single, Bar None.
Let's go. And if you do if you slide through this meet and greet, because I go, how did you get into the John Crist sphere? And it's usually somebody shared a video with me. I saw you on Winter Jam. I saw you at the Grand Ole Opry, and I saw you on Theo's pod.
I wasn't on Theo.
No, people say that to me at my meet and
Oh,
greets. So
I got
yeah.
you.
So when people you weren't on any of those things I said.
I know. Well, I was at the Opry.
Oh, you've been on the Opry, yeah. So if you do come through this meet and greet, say where did you and you say we saw you from Net Positive.
Yeah.
That's going to be the win-win.
Absolutely.
Thanks for coming by, brother.
You're the man, dude. Thank you. Appreciate you.
I mean, yeah, sure, it was a little weird, but on the net, it was a positive. It was a positive. You cannot be serious. On the net, it's a positive.